Hello, my name is Suckit. We're gonna take another look at Enigmatica 10. We're gonna start a new world and see what's new. Wonder what all this is. We got diamonds just lying around. Little iridium. My goodness. Found us a village. See what we can get. Oh, there's like an illager tower right there. Well, these guys are all gonna die. Alright, well, we are kind of right up on an ocean, but I think this will be fine. I think this will probably be enough room. I've been getting established, doing a little mining. We got a little beginnings of a house over here, just the floor, digging out a basement. I think what we're gonna do is I sort of like get us back to where we were is highlight anything that's changed. And one thing that's changed is now you need a framed chest to make the drawers from functional storage. That's okay. It's not a big deal, but it is a change. Now, I don't want to spend too much time mining, but we're running through our iron pretty fast, so I thought we would try to get some better tools. And we're going to look at just dire things. We happen to have just a little bit of rotten flesh. I forget if there is a zombie. Okay, we need dirt and clay. All that together is going to give us some goo. In this case, primogel goo. We're going to plop it right down in the world here. And we're going to get ourselves a couple of iron blocks. Now this thing, you see there's a little fading in and fading out image of sugar. We can feed it a little sugar, or apparently a little rotten flesh. And whoops. Now we're going to put some iron blocks down adjacent here. And very quickly we'll see the blocks start to change. And eventually they'll change quite a bit. Yeah, here we go. Now we'll break these things. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and smelt them right up. Those are affected by fortune. Wish we had fortune. And we have our first couple of ferrocore ingots. The first thing we want is to get some sticks out of our backpack. Here we go. So the first thing we want to do is make the hoe. There we go. Now this thing, its ability is enabled. We can turn it off, turn it back on. But what it does is it makes this fancy soil with which it'll cause crops to grow a little bit faster. There's multiple tiers of these fancy metals, I think, that we can grow in very likely multiple tiers of soil and a whole bit. It'll be cool. I like this sort of teal farmland. It's very funky. One thing I think we didn't do last time was much with nature's aura. These are aura cactuses. The fact that they grew here tells me that there's more aura here than usual. So we're going to try to pen up some animals here and see if we can take advantage of that. Alright. Come on, you two. Oh my goodness. They're gonna make it hard. Alright, guys. Come on, come on. There you go. Now what should happen, I hope, breed these guys, is there should be a drop. Yeah. That's the spirit of birthing. You get it by breeding animals where there's a high concentration of aura. We will take advantage of the high concentration there, and those aura blooms over here signify the same thing. Well, we'll just start collecting these. Now the hoe is great from just dire things, but I think we also want to get into nature's aura and get at some of these botanist stuff, and then eventually the sky metal. And that's all gonna start with some brilliant fiber. It's just 4 of any leaf blocks, some grass that you get with shears, and Couple of gold nuggets will get you 4 of these. Now there is a quest line. I wonder if we can score the... we could score the book? That looks like we'll have to make the book. And we're going to take this out to this nice long row of oak trees. We're going to right-click some leaves here and there. And over time, the leaves will turn a golden color, and that will spread, and then we'll get a special drop from them. Okay, this looks pretty good. I'll start chopping these down. And probably not with this one because there are so many other close by logs, but when the leaves start to drop, well, there's some. It's in my backpack, I have a magnet on. Gold leaf. We'll get 1 of these for each block of leaves that's converted. We're going to want to make the guidebook before we go too much further, and it and many of the other guidebooks for the various mods can be found under Patchouli. You just do @Patchouli. Patchouli is the mod that all of these share to do their manuals. And this is a particularly good one. This will tell us all about aura and so on. It'll also show us how to build the structures. But the basic conceit is that each chunk has a certain amount of naturally occurring stuff in it. And in this case, the stuff is aura. We can manipulate it in various ways. Some have more than others. We already saw that with the spirits of birthing that we're getting. We're going to use some more of it. We're going to make some wooden stands. We're going to make probably more gold powder than that. Honestly, we need 16. The first thing we want to make is a way to the brilliant trees we've already seen. We want to replenish the aura that we're using. We are using it by doing the stuff we're about to do. So the first thing that we're going to want to make here, not these tokens that it's talking about, we're going to want to make an ancient sapling. And it's all vanilla ingredients, except for the gold leaf. Now we can use the guidebook. We go back here. Let's get to the main one. We can use the guidebook to show us how to build the structure. This will look familiar to anybody who uses this series of mods. I think this is common capabilities that adds this. And then this is gold powder, which you place just like redstone dust. And it's generally an oak sapling that you use here. We're going to be using an oak sapling to make the ancient sapling. It doesn't matter where you start in terms of the pedestals you put them on, but you do have to have them in this order. So we're going to want to go, what I think it was, we got a poppy, an oak sapling, and a sugarcane. Sugarcane and then an oak sapling. Okay. And then what's next? Seed, gold leaf, and dandelion. And then you can either wait for it to grow, or you can use bone meal on it. Doesn't matter which. Well, that's a nice big one. It's too bad. Big or small, the result is the same. We'll get 2 of these ancient saplings. We can't see it right now, but we used a little bit of aura to do what we just did. We're going to plant these ancient saplings around to help replenish it. They are pretty big, so we don't want to be right up on the ritual of the forest here. There's one of the ancient trees. Now, as it replenishes aura, these leaves will decay. When there's no more leaves, plant another tree. There's other ways to regenerate aura, but that's what we have access to for now, and it's fine. Next thing we want to make using that ritual of the forest is going to take some bottled sunshine. We'll need a bottle and a cork. It's just a glass bottle and any planks. There's 3 kinds of bottled ambient aura. There's this kind, the overworld kind, and there's another kind, and I believe there's an end kind that may or may not have a purpose yet. We'll see. We'll see. I think previous times I've used Nature's Aura, that stuff didn't do anything yet. Now the next thing we need to make is a token of joy, and what this is telling you is that it's any 1 block high flower that you can use. So we'll get a setup, and we'll grow our sapling. Now, there are 4 of these tokens that you make using the ritual of the forest, and then there's 4 sort of advanced versions that you make using another crafting mechanic. And these are, they're crafting ingredients, these things. We're going to use one of these to craft a natural altar. And let's see, we'll get it all set up. Alright, see if we have enough bone meal. We do not. Oh, did it while I was getting bone meal. 1 natural altar. Now this is another multi-block. We'll probably have to clear out a little room for it here. I think we'll find this in the harnessing aura. Yeah, here we go. So let's go ahead. There we go. Now these top blocks, these golden stone bricks, we'll need some more of that golden fiber to make these. So we'll want to make 8 of these, because we will want 8 of these total. And then we can just follow along. Place the block down. And almost done. Whoop. Almost done. There we are. The first thing we're going to want to make is something to help us see what we're doing. And that is going to be an environmental eye. We can also make this with the ritual of the forest. Alright. We can see this animation. It's collecting aura from the chunks. I forgot we could make this in the... you have to make it. You have to make this eye in the ritual of the forest here. I always think you have to make it in the altar. But we're about to use the altar anyway, so it's fine, and we'll want to see what we're doing there. Whoops. So we'll go ahead and grow this. Now we'll get our environmental eye. There's an upgraded version that will allow us to see some things that we will want to see as we progress in the mod, but they're not things we can even do right now, so I'm not super worried about it. We can equip this in one of our charm slots, and now we've got this little gauge in the top left-hand corner of the screen. It tells us how much ore is in the chunk. We can also look at this thing now and see that its buffer is full. It's full of aura, so we can use it for stuff. You can look this up in whatever XEI is being used in this pack, see the different things it can make. We are going to go ahead and make some infused iron just by putting iron on here. We can see, like, if we do this for a while, we'll see the ore around go down. We'll start to see leaves. Yeah, this one's already decaying. It decayed just while we weren't looking. Right then. We'll have better ways of recharging the ore, but we're gonna need some of this stuff, and we're gonna need some infused rock. One thing we can make with that stuff is this aura cache. Now this thing we can fill it up with aura just by putting it down on the altar, just like we did with the with the iron and the rock to make that stuff. I'm not gonna chop this thing down really, but we're gonna take some of the wood off of the bottom here, because the point of the exercise are botanist's tools. Let's see here. Quite a bit you can do with these, but it's yeah, here we go. We'll need these ancient wood rods, and we'll get those. Perhaps not like that. How are they made? Let's see. That'll just give us sticks. Oh, okay, they have to be slabs. Alright. Well, this thing is full. That's good. Alright, a bunch of ancient wood slabs. And here we go with the rods. Now, the tools are a little bit better than iron, but the main feature of them is that we can repair them with aura, so we won't have to be making more all the time. We can do, oh, it's time to go to sleep. Now we can put the cash right on our belt slot, and then let's go use some durability on an axe. Now all the botanist tools have special features, like the axe will just tear through leaves, so that's nice. The sword has a slow effect. We already have a nice sword. It's fine. But we can just come on through here, chop us down some birch trees, and then when we sneak, we use a little bit of the aura in the cache to repair the tool. You can use, you can enchant the tools normally as well. Nature's Aura adds an enchantment called Nature's Mend that I believe it still has it. Let's see, life mending. We might not have Nature's Mend? Nature's Blessing. Lots of Nature's Blessing. I don't know. Anyway, the botanist tools will do it with, and I believe all the other Nature's Aura tools will do it, so maybe Nature's Aura is where we're going to be getting a lot of our tools, at least to start. So now that we finally have some tools that we won't have to constantly be replacing, I'm going to start really working on this house, and we're going to try to make it really nice this time. Well, honestly, I think one of the reasons I got I didn't like the house in the previous part of the series. We'll leave it at that, alright? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.